Recently, there's been an influx of brainlessness regarding the animation meme community. Hundreds are coming out of the woodwork to call out CinnyBear03 or Scootaloo Loves Kids, an extremely talented artist, writer.
If I catch you crying about this call being leaked, I will simply show you this clip of you cackling about how this girl was traumatized by you and your friends. You fucking chuckle fuck bitch.
Animator and producer.
Wait.
Back like
Over, you guessed it, child grooming. Over the course of 3 months, she would discuss sexual topics and send DIY pornography to a 14-year-old, all while being 20. When this was all found out, she initially put out an apology video where she displays an Oscar-worthy performance, really selling it with a crocodile tears. But much like every actor, she doesn't really give much of a shit about the situation, really only caring about her roommate leaving her and taking one of her cats. The kid who she sent her Bill Cosby-inspired comic to is not as important to her as staying with Jack. Things weren't looking good for Cinny. That was up until professional retard and expert pedophile analyst Kumo decided to contact her before she shut all of her shit down. He had an entire live stream dedicated to shitting on her roommate and attempting to downplay Cinny's sadomasochistic antics.
And you put Cinny in this position, Birdie, because your parents misgender you. Like, boo womp, nigga. Boo womp. So, here's the other part. It's very clear when you read the messages that Cinny has no particular or even any interest at all in Eno. And like I said on my previous stream, I liken it to locker room girl talk.
In fairness, he's at least 90% right about Birdie, but it doesn't help that he is defending this being shown to a 14-year-old. Naturally, the army of autistic animation children start violating the guy for defending an adult grooming a child, which is fair. I think it's warranted. That being said, his efforts weren't in vain. 3 days after his stream, Cinny would get rid of her initial apology video and post a 36-minute response that, according to Go Kato, another animation schizophrenic, was made in collaboration with Kumo.
Fuck. What do we have? Go Kato. Let's see what Go Kato is saying about this situation. Look, I better not hear any ableism, racism, transphobia, discrimination, or any kind of bigotry going into this, okay? If I hear any of these, I'm shutting down the stream and I'm killing myself.
She's actually fucking stupid, you guys. So fucking oh my god.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Well, I will say it. A little retarded.
Wow.
But it was never my-
Wow.
As a queer, disabled, Palestinian, autistic Jew Muslim, I cannot stand for such a heinous display of ableism and bigotry. This is despicable. Please do better, Go Kato.
This was later confirmed by Kumo on a live stream. Why did you...
Because I understand she struggles with communication and conveying her point. She has very terrible word choice, and without any like sort of assistance, it was going to be a significantly worse response filled with like excessive yap and droning on, much like Laurel's video. And so my way of sort of helping is that correction that this isn't meant to be her vent video. This is meant to be her taking responsibility and setting the record straight.
So it's honestly not surprising that her response is nearly 40 minutes of pure, unadulterated horseshit. In the video, she argues that her sending the dozens of pages worth of rape porn to a minor was essentially locker room girl talk.
It was explained to me that my understanding of grooming was clearly warped, and these conversations just sounded like, I'm quoting Kumo, locker room girl talk.
This woman was 20, by the way. You'll also notice that she is applying the Leafy formula for this video by using surf gameplay and putting an ad before each section of the video.
The secret's kinda just out now, I don't care anymore.
Italian sausage bacon.
She uses the textbook definition of grooming to prove that what she did can't be categorized as such, and immediately proceeds to prove that what she did does fall under that definition.
Smart people define child grooming as the act of deliberately establishing a relationship with a child to prepare them for abuse. Here are some actual qualifiers for what constitutes as grooming, as is listed by a simple Google search. Isolation of the child, building the child's trust, inappropriate communication, which includes asking for secrets to be kept and using sexual language that the child may not understand, and educating the child on the subject, buying gifts, giving the child special attention, singling out the child to make them feel more mature, special, or different from other children, showing particular interest in the child, victim selection, and substance misuse. I did not isolate Eno. Eno was actually already isolated when they first met me.
Yeah, you see, I didn't even need to put in any work to groom this kid. She basically did everything for me.
It was also never my intention to educate Eno on any particular, sex shit. Now that I think about it, majority of the inappropriate conversations we had revolved around sadomasochism and, sadistic fantasies, not really sex. Sex was definitely brought up, but it was never my intention to educate Eno about it.
Yeah, why does it matter? You didn't talk to her about sex. You just told her about what you get off to. You know, maybe she's right. Maybe it's not as bad as people say it is. I think we should take a closer look at this comic of hers.
Oh, he's he's smacking his ass. You can't be serious. I am. Hey, wait. Smack. He's fucking beating the shit out of him. !! Sob. Good. MFF. Now swallow it. Muffled no. I won't let go until you do. Swallow it. Good boy. Are you gonna use your tentacles on me? Please, I just want to sleep. Don't do this to me. Speed, I'm trying watching your stream, bro. Why are you trying not to laugh, man? That's disrespectful as shit, man. Tally marks? Bro, 20 fucking cum shots. That's disgusting. Good news, champ. You made it to 20. You can come upstairs with me. Though it looks like you're not quite ready to get up yet. I'll let you lay down for a bit. Oh my fucking god.
This was the best rape comic I've ever read, and I've read billions and billions of rape comics. Believe me, I was reading it out to my wife, and you know what I said to her? You know what I told her? You know what I said? I said, Melania, I feel molested. I feel completely molested. I feel like a British girl roaming the streets of India. I showed this comic to my good friend Joe Biden, and you know what he told me? He told me his daughter's name. It's the first thing he's remembered in years. That's how good this comic was. There were two characters depicted in her brilliant illustrations. The rapee being Nightmare Sans, an alternate... Hold on, what does this shit say? An alternate universe version of Sans from Undertale who fucks children, and the raper being a 10-foot tall basketball player by the simple name of Boy. This character will become extremely important as we delve deeper into this gaping asshole of a situation, so make sure you remember him. In the comic, Tall Guy kidnaps the skeleton and enslaves him as a way to punish him for his evil actions. These punishments can go from not giving him food or water or using him as a chair to just straight up skull fucking him to death. Other than the comic, there were multiple images shared mainly of Cindy's character either pegging Boy, getting fingered by him, having him sit on her, or having him turn into fucking Maui from Moana and just rub his fat folds all over her. Very classy shit all around. Cindy explains that her autistic fixation with the character is the reason why she began having inappropriate conversations with Eno.
Once Eno started indulging in my very strong autistic infatuation with Boy, that's when I started talking a lot more. And as we kept talking, I felt a lot more comfortable sharing certain things about the character that I liked, including personal fantasies.
Autism, as we know, a disability with one of its symptoms being rampant pedophilia. Seems to me that she's attempting to deflect blame on the child, or perhaps insinuating that she wanted to be put in that situation. Who knows? It's possible she changed her stance on child grooming.
Saying that Jack wanted to be groomed because you perceive him as being sexual in this video is really fucked up. Even if Jack is being sexual, what the fuck makes you think that he'd want to be taken advantage of? You have panties on your floor and a bloody knife on the bed, so clearly you want to be groomed. Where the fuck does that thought process come from? Also, what makes the knife suspicious to you? Is the knife meant to be sexual? Either way, you're being ridiculous. No one wants to be groomed.
Monkey boy.
She then makes what I can only describe as my favorite argument ever.
My therapist doesn't even think I groomed Eno. I came into their office specifically saying I believed I groomed a child. And then after telling them all the details, they don't think that what I did was actually grooming.
Yeah, I agree with that. You should trust her therapist more than you trust your own eyes. You should trust someone she's paying better than you trust your own eyesight.
And the obvious rebuttals to that could be, well, we don't know what Cindy was saying to the therapist. What reason do I even have to lie at this point?
You do, though. You have all the incentive in the world to lie. Your reputation is dog shit, and you're losing your platform. What wouldn't you do to avoid that? Why is lying suddenly off the table? She also says that the minor isn't the only person that she was talking to about these things in order to prove that somehow she wasn't giving the kid special treatment. Well, I would be able to see it in normal circumstances. The fact that she is so hard to contact that Eno had to get a middleman, I think it's safe to say she was making the kid feel special, even if malicious intent maybe wasn't there. What she fails to mention is that during her week-long apology era, she kept talking to Eno for like 3 days, saying how she loves her and wishes she didn't groom her. Nor did she mention that she would call Eno for extended periods of time, during which they would discuss all kinds of topics. And by all kinds of topics, I mean one particular topic. This is going to be important later, so keep it in mind. Most of these calls would be in later hours of the night when Cindy couldn't use her mic since her roommate was sleeping, which is why there would be text dumps from her and seemingly no response from the child. And as expected, they would call one last time after her apology video dropped. She then spends most of her response addressing Birdie's video covering the situation, where he explains how he was apparently sexually assaulted because Cindy kept poking his ass or some shit like that. Obviously, she denies it and says that most of the touching was consensual, though she does recount an instance where she poked him in the pussy by accident.
So firstly, I am a hetero woman. I am attracted to men. I've played with his breasts, and I've always asked if what I was doing bothered him or made him uncomfortable, and he's always said he doesn't mind. He doesn't care. It's fine. He says I poked him in the crotch, and I have 2 memories of doing this, and both times I immediately apologized afterwards. I poked him in the gents on accident because I was trying to poke him in the ass, and I went too low, and he told me, "You poked me in the vag," and I apologized profusely and stressed that I didn't mean to.
For someone who claims to be straight, the playing with a woman's breasts part really isn't adding up. It's all she said at the end of the day, so take it with a shipping container of salt. Birdie's video was odd because he spends most of it discussing alleged sexual assaults that were committed on him by Cindy, explaining how her grooming Eno somehow made her realize that she was being sexually assaulted.
This is the worst kind of betrayal I've ever felt. Now that I'm aware of the extent of her behavior, I've been able to reframe a lot of her actions with me, and I think some of the things she did kind of bordered on sexual assault.
That makes no fucking sense to me, but whatever. Then it ends with a 16+ animation, not 18+, mind you, 16+ animation, where both of their personas take their panties off and grind on stripper poles whilst terrible music plays. He also set up a GoFundMe to move out of Cindy's filthy apartment with a goal of 10 grand and amassed a total of $11,000. Not exploitative at all. Knowing that Cindy has admitted to some of the poking and squishing and whatever the fuck else, I wouldn't necessarily say Birdie is lying about all of it. It's possible some of it was consensual and some of it wasn't.
Yeah, thank you. By the way, she just spanked me, which she has my consent to do that, but it was funny.
Admittedly, it's hard to take any of it seriously when you have this amazing piece posted on her Twitter.
DMs?
That's fucking crazy,
okay. Okay, Boogie.
The fuck? Why's she taking it off? What's about to happen, bro? What's about to happen? I bet it's good.
What the fuck?
Uh-oh,
Oh,
hold on, go.
Oh my
You're
God.
They're
green.
gasping. That has to be bad.
Okay.
Did new shit come out?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright. Okay. Alright. I told her I knew about the grooming. I told her she sexually assaulted me. I told her I had to leave. She said, "Can we cuddle one last time?" So I laid on top of her. She put her fingers down the band of my underwear. By now, I've run out of tears to cry, words to say, emotions to feel. So I just let it happen. You're gay as fuck, bro.
My
Holy
fucking
shit.
God, dude. What is this? I told
Put
her
this one
I
on
knew
your
about
wall,
the grooming.
eh?
I told her she
Birdie,
sexually assaulted me.
Hey, Birdie. Make sure you frame this one and nail it to your fucking bedroom wall, yeah?
He fucking sexually assaulted him?
That's crazy, bro.
Again?
Again?
Oh.
Fuck. Couldn't deal with raping her once. Wait. Raping it. I didn't mean to say her. I meant to say it. Fuck. She wasn't content with raping it once. She had to do it more than once. She had to do it, I don't know, 3, 4, at least 7 times, possibly 12. I would go as far as to say she did it 15 times. This reads like a fucking Undertale fanfiction. I don't know why. So I just let it happen. But like the dramatic fucking tone. Even if this is true, it's not much better, you know? Like, okay, I'll entertain the idea that Birdie was sexually assaulted. Why are you making vent art of it, though? Why? What's the fucking point of putting this shit out on Twitter?
Oh my god.
What the fuck was she about to say? What was she gonna say? Listen to this shit. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Bro, she was gonna blurt the N-word out. I saw it. I heard it. She was about to say the N-word.
A lot of the justification for why Birdie is unable to work comes from him being disabled, which is interesting to me because it implies that his heart condition is so severe that he can't stand behind a McDonald's counter without dying. I personally don't trust most of what comes out of Birdie's mouth. I mean, this creature, and I can say it, okay? They go by he, it. This creature has talked in length about how, oh yeah, I was abused, I was groomed, I was abused by my grandma because she wanted me to stop being a lazy fucking cunt and to go to school to pass my fucking GED. I was basically like, I was just abused, and I was also groomed by 100 people, which is why I'm such a fucking victim. But the moment that he has to address wrongdoings of his own, unless it's, oh yeah, he said the N-word once, he conveniently omits information that makes him look much worse. There was a document made after Birdie's long-awaited comeback video where an interesting number of details are revealed. I think some are just fucking retarded. Some give more details to things Birdie has already somewhat addressed, such as the Heimguts or Malachi situation where the both of them were dating when he was 11 and she was 12 back in 2017. They would do tons of crazy shit to each other, ranging from Mal asking for sex roleplays from Birdie to Birdie doxing Mal and saying he wanted to kidnap and rape him. Just regular middle schooler shenanigans, right? What I found interesting is that when the doc gets to the situation with Draggy, or Draggy, a 13-year-old that Birdie dated at the age of 16, there's a hefty amount of information that is present in the doc, and it wasn't found in her video, namely evidence that suggests Birdie was discussing porn with that individual, which kind of undermines the claim that he wasn't sexual with them. Birdie says it isn't grooming, his excuses being that he was in a state of psychosis, and therefore couldn't know that he was grooming that child.
This breakup alone put me into another psychotic state where I was essentially dissociating 24/7 and became unable to make proper judgment anymore. Exactly 5 days after said breakup, I was asked out by my former friend Draggy, who was 13. I was 16, and it was my responsibility as the older person to turn them down, but because of the mental state I was in, I was unable to make the right decision.
But he also claims he was groomed by Kitty Dog when he was 12 and she was 14 because of some fucking power imbalance shit. Personally, I find it strange he'd admit information like that, especially in a video where he is trying to be as transparent as possible and open about everything he's done, including fucking ferrets.
So, there's this screenshot that my ex spread around of me saying I sexually abused my ferret. Of course, if this was true, that would be fucking deplorable, and holy shit, you'd have to send me to jail. Straight to jail. That would be it. You'd have to lock me up and throw away the key, guys. But there's a shit ton of context missing from this. The reason this happened is because I was groomed into it when I was 13 years old. Right in the screenshot, I said I didn't even go through with it. I was a victim in this situation, and so was Chara.
As far as I know, Birdie hasn't addressed the concerns that were in that document directly. I wouldn't necessarily say he's lying about every single thing in his life, but the fact that he's willing to lie about this signifies to me that he's, willing to manipulate and twist certain facts in order to make himself look like more of a victim, to the extreme where he's gonna say that he was being manipulated by a 13-year-old when he was 16 years old into grooming them.
They were entirely aware of the mental state I was in. But despite the sheer amount of times I said I wasn't in the right state of mind, they continued to pursue me anyways, which, what can I say? They were 13. But in all honesty, I think I was taken advantage of. There's one screenshot in particular where I told them I thought they were mature for their age, and that was partially why I wanted to date them. I can't really say for sure, but I think this whole thing was planned. The timing of asking me out 5 days, only 5 days after my breakup, and waiting for me to be in a vulnerable state, along with all of the evidence shown here, leads me to believe that this was all with the intention of getting dirt on me.
Sandy also hinted at that in her now-deleted response video.
Even then, I'm thinking about how we spent 4 days in Seattle for vacation, and Jack's family was exceptionally generous. His aunt let us sleep on her couch for those 4 days, and his grandparents each gave us hundreds of dollars just to shop in Seattle. as well as paying for our plane tickets to and from Seattle.
To add to that, him bitching and moaning about how no one on Twitter gives a shit about his fucking art and are only interested in the Cindy Bear retardation kind of supports my point. It contributes to the idea that he's seeking attention and wants eyes on him.
Seeing my posts about Cynthia get more likes than my artwork makes me feel so hopeless. I'm so sick of this woman controlling my life, my hatred, my living situation. I just want to be free already. I don't want to think about her ever again, but every few days she rubs salt in the wounds. Fucking kill yourself, faggot. How about cut contact, move on, and stop giving a shit about what she does if you really want to grow up?
You think I'm still in contact with her? Well, you get sexually assaulted nearly every day for almost a year, and then stop giving a shit about that. Well, you try living in a rape factory for a year like I did, and then tell me not to care. You fucking Jew.
Besides, I don't think anyone really wants to see this. I'm gonna say it, IR Tech was fucking right. I'd also like to mention, Birdie has multiple headmates.
I don't have any active headmates at the moment, but I do have a history of them. Carol, Marilyn, Susie, Rero, Goofball, Playdate, and even Edgy Jack were all sentient beings with their own thoughts and emotions.
So is Edgy Jack the one who rapes kids, or is it the one who made you fuck your ferret? What's going on here? At the end of the day, make of it what you will.
I buy you ice cream every week. I have to fucking bribe you with ice cream so you'll get out of bed and go to Social Security to try to get your benefits back.
Okay, I can see why you need $10,000 now. I can see why this girl needs $10,000 now. The fat cunt needs to be spoon-fed tubs of fucking ice cream just to move her pinky finger. Yeah, $10,000? That's not excessive at all. If you really think about it, the heart condition bullshit makes total sense. Eventually, Cindy went on a full-on psychotic meltdown and started threatening to kill Jack, saying how she'd like to drive at 100 kilometers an hour when her and Jack were in the car so she could commit a murder-suicide. In case you couldn't tell, she's a very well-adjusted human being.
I have been through a lot in my life, and I have a variety of trauma. I have trauma from posting a stupid image on Instagram with a bad caption and hundreds of people harassing me over it. But I also have trauma from my mom getting beaten in front of me. I have trauma from being homeless and my mom keeping me in various hotel rooms with men that I didn't know who did gross shit to me and her. I remember watching her very carefully at the age of 8, because I was worried that she was going to kill herself and that I was going to be trapped in a location I didn't know with no way of contacting anyone else for help. I consider both of these events to be traumatic.
Apparently she bought a crowbar and like fucking pepper spray because she thought people were out to get her. She was getting fucking ready, dude. She was getting ready for war. Romantic Goblin saw that and she thought, let me tell you something. I want this woman. I want this woman armed right now. We gotta give this girl a gun. And I'll be down. We gotta give this girl a rifle by any means necessary. I'm fixing to send her to the nearest school with an AR-15. God bless America.
Seth wanted to ask what you are and not comfortable with sharing to the public. Everything else I have to say that I don't think that it's right that your friend chose to show your NSFW art into the public. You already went through this once and it hurts to go through it twice.
Soon after, another doc dropped on Cindy. Its highlight to being a 19-year-old woman asking a 16-year-old how to use a vibrator. I don't get it. You know everything there is to know about AI sex bots, but you haven't thought once to ask ChatGPT how to use your fucking toy? Let's go back to before all this took place. In September, a doc on Cindy came out where she is shown to be discussing sexual topics in a group chat with multiple people whose ages went from 15 years old to 24. She was 18 and turned 19 when these events took place. The rest of the document exposes Cindy Bear as a chronic bean flaker, highly affected by her condition. And it also dedicates an absurd amount of fucking pages to her obsession with Sock.Clip's characters. Now, if you don't know who that is, not important. What is important, however, is to know that one of her characters is Muslim, and Cindy wants to fuck him. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm also a bomb man. Put two and two together. That document is kind of what kickstarted everything. She was initially planning on making a response video to that document, but Eno dropped hers soon after. Kumo caught wind of this shit and went on a live stream where he defended Cindy. He got two of his trisomic friends to do an in-class theater reading of the document.
Oh my god, it is positioned as a cuck chair. Cindy's a freak.
What a freak. Oh yeah, cuck chair, question mark?
Boy, watch with a mixture of curiosity and trepidation? What are you going to do with those? He farts on you. I think she means farts.
Guys, I need to get my lazy ass up and begin to draw that comic again because now I don't have an excuse.
Do it now. horror would find you and put you in his pocket?
No, sorry. I would be a cockroach crawling around in his skull.
I don't get the deal.
I say I put time after a lot of different things.
Excited for Comet Get Spanked. Because I tortured him with my big fat ass.
He, along with some more of his mongoloid friends, I call them friends, I think I should honestly just call them fucking slaves at this point, got in contact with her in an attempt to help her out. Kumo got Cinny to give him logs of her DMs with the victim. He read all of them except the last few, and those messages showed that Eno and Cinny, had some form of a bond, and up to this point, Kumo was arguing that because they didn't have that bond, it wasn't really that bad. Streamline's workshop pointed that out to him, which prompted him to make a community post that led people to believe he had cut her off. He then got on a Himpleton stream and clarified that that's not what happened.
Yeah, so if I posted the screenshot of my actual community tab post and never said I was cutting contact with Cinny, Streamline kind of just headcanons that in the original thing that Jack quote tweeted, and so just providing the context there.
So you still are in contact with Cinny?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I have Cinny there added.
Okay. No, but that's not what I asked.
That is exactly what you asked.
No, I asked if you were still in contact with them. So let me be more specific then, Kumo. Are you currently having talks, not at this very moment, but in the past couple of days since that community post? Are you talking to Cinny and giving her advice still?
Yeah, actually, I messaged Cinny yesterday about her in regards to her filing a report about her coworkers drugging her and trying to get her fired. Yeah.
I'm sorry, are you purposefully avoiding what I'm asking you?
I actually haven't avoided what you asked me.
No, you have. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to say it one more time, Kumo. You talked about how objectionable this person is. You talked about how it should have been reported to the police. Why does this person deserve your help? Why are you helping this person that you, in the same breath, have said, deserves to be reported to the police?
Because I chose to.
I chose to? So you chose to help someone that you think is, by your own, what you said, and tell me if I'm misquoting you here, should be a criminal.
I'm trying to. Are you getting at something? I'm not helping her get away with anything. I just
never said that. I'm just confused how you morally justify that.
Well, can I ask you a question in return?
Go ahead.
Why would I need to morally justify setting the record straight?
I mean, it's funny because that's not what you said on Chud's stream. You said it was about, getting at Birdie, that Birdie's really the annoying one.
Those aren't mutually exclusive.
I guess, my last question is, did you see Ace Towers' recent tweet about you?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you should check it out. Oh, well, you should.
You wanna sum it up for me?
Yeah, sure, I'll sum it up. It has the censored, video of you telling the girl to carve your name into her life.
Okay.
Well, I'm doing a stream just deep diving into all of your excuses and stuff.
My excuses, that's interesting.
Tomorrow. Well, because you said that about how short the name was as one of your excuses.
Are you gonna directly misquote me too?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I guess if that's all here, if that'll be all, I would appreciate you kind of just fuck off and know your place. I don't know why you're trying to dredge up shit that's already been cleared up.
Because you were lying about it.
If you really wanna,
it's because you were lying about it, Kumo.
It's because you were lying about it. I say go for it.
It's because you were lying about it and you fucking got away with some fucking bullshit, buddy.
Find something to disagree with me about.
That is not what just happened.
I think that is
I did hear that when people are traumatized, they make up their own version of events of what happened, to try to cope. So I do get that's probably what's happening right now.
That really isn't the kind of comment you want to make while you're trying to take up a morally just position. That's not really something someone.
Did I ever say that I'm morally just? Did I ever say that I was morally just?
You don't have to because you're actively virtue signaling. Yeah,
I'm actively virtue signaling about the fact that you helped with somebody that you would term yourself to be a criminal.
You are an annoying moral faggot. You're trying to misrepresent.
And you're just a faggot. And you're just a faggot who gets people. Yeah, you get fucking women to cut their fucking your name into.
Yeah.
Dude,
okay.
hey, press it against a napkin and put it on a wall, dude.
You actually, honestly, I'm starting to feel something special here. You actually look quite a bit like a woman to me, so I think you should try things. And actually,
That's awesome,
cut deeper
dude.
than she did.
That's awesome. Wow. All right.
After this lover spat and a thorough examination of Kumo's sex life,
so we got little girl talking to Kumo. That's just amazing.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Nice. we got
little girl.
We got a little girl talking to Kumo here. There was some needed context to the cut sign though. Nice. The person who was doing it was someone I was trying to get to stop. We were in a group chat and the people in there were telling her to do it. So I told her to do mine instead, since my name is only 4 letters. I also told her not to cut deep, and I know people say, why not remove her from the situation? When it wasn't that simple. She was gonna do it whether I approved it or not.
What should I cut into?
My name. So, okay, that is just, it's over.
No, I was gonna
the
say,
male
why is the
voice.
group chat called Mommy's Babies? Can we not?
Oh my
is that
god,
like,
it's called Mommy's Babies, bro. This is just, it's over.
Dude, that's Rusty, bro. She's actually very funny.
This is really funny.
Let me turn up my screen share.
Like, not deep.
The screen
Like,
share is
don't
not
leave any
deep.
evidence.
Don't leave any evidence?
Alright, now, like, go, like, press a napkin on it and, like, hang it on your wall.
he came back on the stream and clarified that he believes what Cindy did isn't grooming, it's actually sexual misconduct with a minor. Yeah.
What it is that she actually did wrong is worse than what everyone is so, like, desperate to get me to, like, join in with them saying. Sexual misconduct with a minor is a crime.
Yeah, it's not as bad as people say, it's actually worse. Hours worth of back and forth ensue, I don't really fucking care. Kumo then reached out to Chud Logic, and this would kickstart an unpredictable sequence of utter retardation. Just a Robot, who is notoriously retarded, decided to make a video where he runs defense for Cindy, claiming that none of the evidence provided in the document can suggest she is a groomer. Maybe we didn't read the same document, I don't know. He had originally planned on covering the situation like every other art faggot, but he just had a feeling. And that feeling just so happened to be throbbing in his groin. He decided to contact Cindy Bear to get some intel and rework his video to be a defense of her instead. And it was shit. Most of his points either had zero relevance to the situation or were dumb.
But Jar, the document had all the proof. I mean, look how many pages it had. All that evidence must prove that Cindy's a groomer, right?
Well, actually, no. There's not one shred of evidence that Cindy groomed anyone. Just testimony. Grooming requires intent and a desire to get with someone. Cindy did neither. If you want to get with a 14-year-old, you have to be a pedo. Now, Cindy makes a lot of Coomer art, so there must be evidence of her drawing Shota, Lolly, or Cub, right? There are tons of videos where she would make suggestive animations of a minor character from My Little Pony. By that I mean Scootaloo isn't a minor character from My Little Pony, but that she's a minor character. She's underage. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, this is cut and dry. She's guilty. But the fact of the matter is, she made those animations when she was a minor herself. Now I know what some of you are gonna say.
Well, we're not saying she groomed a 14-year-old to get with them. She just groomed a 14-year-old to be more comfortable with conversations like this so she could coom.
Don't get me wrong, I thought that at first, but it turns out that the minor was the one being inappropriate first, and she kept on pestering Cindy to talk about stuff like this.
The call was just a shit. Not only were his questions biased in favor of Cindy, but he is also dangerously autistic. So it makes for a viewing experience that makes live leak videos seem tame in comparison.
Am I being recorded?
Sure, I'll ask that. Would you be okay if I record you?
I guess it should be fine. Like, I came home from work and he was just gone. And then sorry, what?
It's just, it's funny to hear a woman say that for once.
and then people were like calling me a dick rider.
Well, you are that. Let's be honest here. I've seen how much you coom.
Rude, but anyway.
Come on, you're a coomer. You're like a super coomer. Like I've seen some of the stuff you've drawn.
Don't remind me. I can't draw. I have no friends, so like, what do I even do with my time?
Coom.
Only good thing that came out of that video were the points made against Birdie. Come to think of it, not the first time I say that. So Kumo gets a hold of Jar's video. He leaks it before he gets to upload it. Jar just decides, fuck it, I'll upload it right now on my own channel. Shit decision. Calls up Chud Logic to react to it. Shit decision. Chud thinks it's ass because it is.
I'm making a video kind of going over why I don't believe I'm actually a groomer.
Oh, wow. Why don't you think you're a groomer? It's because there's legitimately no evidence of you grooming. Is that why you think that?
What is this, dude? He asks a question and immediately fucks it up.
Like, listen, I had a 14-year-old like, hey, I'm a big fan of you and I want to make you happy. And I was like, no, this is a fucking honeypot situation. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
Okay. Why would you call that a honeypot situation? A honeypot indicates that there's something of interest there.
It's just... Oh, it's funny to hear a woman say that for once.
What the fuck was... And then you had the robot laughing on the screen as well. He's edited that in. You realise that, don't you?
Jar and Cinny's DMs get leaked.
Also, my love long form content. Okay, dude. Also, I'm going to try and reach out to Chud Logic. I think with his help, along with the recording... You little fucking bitch! You little wretch! Is that what you thought, was it? It's blue screen. My roommate might be able to give you tips on how to fix it. I just fucking looked... Oh my fucking god, dude. There's no way. Oh, how long are computers supposed to last? 5 to 10 years? Oh man. Want to see my cock? Again, sorry if I overwhelmed you with the topic. I'm a gold medal complainer. It's cool you're going through a lot, and I'd like to know, Cat. Will I be able to help with that? Let's find out. I just need someone to chat with the... Oh my god, no, it's getting worse. I just need someone to chat with as I drift off to sleep. You can say no. Okay. He is 100% cooked now. That is, bro. He is fucked.
The predator becomes the prey, you know. Jar folds to insane shit under exactly zero pressure.
Here's what I believe based on reviewing these logs. You spoke to Cinebear, and you developed some sort of attraction or interest in them beyond the purely professional one. This has then led you to frame the video in a certain way.
I have no romantic interest. I have a girlfriend. I have no sexual interest in Cinny at all.
Go on.
No, actually, I want to take... No. Okay. Maybe I do have sexual interest in Cinny. I'm a straight...
Look, here's what I'll say. If Cinebear is hot, all is forgiven.
That's what Cinebear looks like.
Oh, yeah. No, bro. No. Jar, bro, why?
Jar, that's not even chopped shit, bro. That is obliterated shit. That is demolished shit.
Did you look at the messages between Cinebear and Eno in full?
Admittedly, no. From what I've seen of the doc, like, she sung the song lyrics from I Like Big Butts and I Cannot Lie. I was like, why was this included? This is nothing. Like, I wanted to see, like, actual grooming, like nudes being exchanged, like...
FPS Diesel comes on with a voice message sent by Jar when he was drunk.
This is a conversation of Jar asking an artist for a thumbnail, and for some reason, this was how he responded. Now, the artist in question sent a gif of a cat saying yes.
Yo, you're all good. You can finish it up tomorrow, in fact. Yeah. What a cute little pussy.
Tell me when you guys are done with the clip.
I think we heard it from your end, Jar.
El Riz, bozo. El Riz. The livestream might as well just have been called The Disembowelment of Just a Robot. Queenman also got involved and started to dig deep into the situation. He got a hold of Kumo's DM logs from Chud Logic. His Jew brain quickly noticed what was going on.
Guy's like fucking insane, does not have any actual beliefs about this.
is just using it for like, I would assume, honestly, like the way he talks makes it seem like he wants to fuck her.
See, when they notice patterns, it's all well and good. But when I do it, the IDF drops another bomb on a pack of Palestinians.
That was in the links they posted in the group chat shortly after they removed you. Presumably they did this the night Jack left. So this is confirming here, they have accessed Jack's account without Jack's knowledge. They've exported a group chat from Jack's account without Jack's knowledge. They have literally hacked Jack's account while crying about giving someone who's underage for narcotics a weed gummy, giving a 20-year-old a weed gummy between 20, 21, and 22-year-old friends.
I have weed to sleep with, and I usually have extra, so I just kind of handed out, and I gave Cindy some last night. I gave her some of a black hole, which is a really, really concentrated, like,
weed.
THC.
Yeah.
I gave her some of the black hole, which is, it's gonna take you out in like an hour.
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
Gone. Black hole
it didn't
is
work.
the, like, it makes you stoned. And I was telling her,
I
just
see.
take that for tonight, watch some My Little Pony or something,
Yeah.
and chill the fuck out. And she called me 12:30 this morning, sobbing. She texted me this morning. I don't know what time you called the cops, but this morning I took the black hole. My sadness over Jack not being home made it not work. I didn't feel anything.
I finished the stream. Next morning, morning sunshine. There's good morning sunshine. Good morning. Howdy do. And no one else is holding Jack accountable for what he's doing. I need to get shit done. Sweetheart, I'm on your side. I don't know if you watched it, but I did a 5-hour stream having yelling matches back to back to defend you. You need to talk to me. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. Can you be as gentle as possible with me?
So Kumo and Jar had this fucking, like, love triangle for a groomer? Now, normally I would agree with that. But the thing is, Kumo's a homosexual.
I'm very fucking zesty. I'm really gay.
And he's also into cut sluts. As for Jar, he's bisexual. He's already part of a love triangle with his girlfriend and his black roommate.
Me and Professor Dreadlock, we're best buddies, and we're romantic with each other. We slap each other on the ass every now and then. We spook each other.
I want to believe that Kumo is more attractive than would be necessary for you to want to fuck Cinebear, and it seems like he's maliciously using the situation to try and cultivate an environment where the only people she has to talk to are Evan, Goblin, and him, two people he has complete control over because they're worthless waste of space retards. Essentially using her to continue, like, through her, he's managed to hack Jack's computer to get more dirt on Jack. So this is very useful to him.
Now, Kumo was obviously very upset at the fact that he had been cucked by a fucking T3 Chromo. So he calls up Cinny and has possibly the biggest spurg out in his entire micro YouTuber career.
After all this, I don't know who to trust.
You don't? Do you even trust yourself?
No, honestly.
Oh, that's a damn shame.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
A lot is wrong with me.
This guy's so corny, bro.
But a lot more is wrong with
You
you.
have another question?
Shut the fuck up.
You had Eno read out the fucking rape comic in VC?
Like the dialogue. I didn't think to mention it. It just didn't seem like it.
Hey Kumo, does knowing that fact change anything for you?
Yeah, quite a bit.
It was mostly just like being able to like hear what her reaction was.
Oh,
the time.
okay. No, we're done. We're done.
What does this change?
We're
what
done.
the fuck does this change?
You said that so fucking coldly and clearly. Oh my god.
Like I wanted to see if she liked it or not.
Oh my god. That recently I realized that everyone else was right for the wrong reasons.
I really like how much of a fucking pretentious, smug prick this guy is, man. I bet you this fucking guy jerks off in front of his mirror, maintaining eye contact until he fucking orgasms.
Do you understand, Cinny, that you are in, like, the perfect position for him to take advantage of you?
I didn't realize that.
Why would you say no to him, though? Like, he was your savior. He gave you false hope. You were probably willing to do anything as long as it meant he fixed your career, weren't you?
It's such an interesting fucking call. Because Kumo himself has been manipulating Cinny this entire time in order to get dirt on Jack. All while, not really getting anything of value. That call was fucking worthless. He's telling Cinny that Jar could have exploited her. All while having fucking exploited her.
If you had met up with him, for example, which is probably something he would have pushed for if we let this continue. No, you didn't care who he was, Cinny. You didn't care. Because even after he made those weird passes at you and you identified that it was weird, you didn't think, oh, something's up. I should probably not talk to him. You thugged it out. You powered through it. And I bet he would have graped you and you would have stayed quiet about it.
Motherfucker said grape.
You
I got your YouTube
So long as
censor
it
on,
meant your
dog. You're not
fucking
fucking
career was
recording.
Just a Robot is an arrogant, fucking bigoted nigga. Fuck what everyone else is saying about you, Cinny. They are right for the wrong reasons.
No, everybody who was calling Cinny out on this, they were wrong. They were actually right, but they were wrong, but technically they were right, but like they were literally wrong, but like metaphorically they were right, but hypothetically they were wrong. Kumo, just let it go, bruh. It's over.
After getting violently murdered for everyone to see, Just a Robot gets on a call with Himpleton and reveals some interesting details. Now, if you weren't sure whether or not this guy was a complete inept moron, I believe this should be enough to convince you.
I developed a gender bend fetish at like 7 or 8, but that's because I watched. And when I was 14, I watched Berserk 1997 as a kid. I did develop a rape fetish from watching Berserk, and at 11, Jack is disabled, so that's why they can't get a job. Listen, I'm autistic too. I don't like fucking working. I say stupid shit all the time that gets me fired.
The casting couch jokes, like how Cinny appeared. Like, do you know what the casting couch is, right?
What? I don't know what that is. I will have to go back and rewatch my video. I did not realize that. This is the first time I've ever heard about this. Like, I'm going to ask my editor about this now, but like I have a girlfriend. I love her to death. She was 90 pounds when I met her, and
most of this call is Jar just having a fucking shower argument after getting violently molested by Chud Logic. Not really much to it, though. Doesn't stop there, however. Allegations against Jar begin to surface. He gets accused of racism, sex pestery, grooming. I mean, this guy was putting in fucking work, let me tell you. Cope and Seethe, or Beckett, interviews a bunch of the people Jar allegedly harassed. I don't know. Most of them strike me as the type to exaggerate every mundane story in their shit lives.
Unbeknownst to me, there was someone sitting a little farther down on the sofa who, I guess, overheard the name Ponder Sprocket. So they stand up, walk over. I mentioned that we were in this open gazebo area, right? But right behind us was this big industrial fan blowing bubbles from some soft drink booth or something. I don't know. So this person comes up to me and says something that I couldn't hear, but then I look up at their lips and I recognize the words being said as Ponder Sprocket. So the first thing I do is reach into my bag, grab a sticker, and hand it to them. When I did, they, in turn, grabbed my hand, doing a little handshake, and I really struggled to hear what they were saying, but through their lips, it was something like, "I've got a channel too." So, taking a shot, hoping I read that right, I asked, "Oh cool, what's your channel?" And they... whoo, like a creeper, clasped their other hand around mine, leaned in, and said,
"Just a Robot."
Before I could even properly process what this person had said, my mouth screams out, "Oh God!" I don't know what that said to them in the moment, but after I yelled that, again, like a creeper, they squeezed my hand, smiled, and then walked away.
A whole document drops on Jar, and it's mostly useless, as expected. The alleged victim gets in an interview with Given Ant, and I think it speaks for itself.
I sent him a friend request, and he immediately accepted it. So I'm like, oh wow, this was on a public server. So then this was at around October, I noticed that there was a art roll. I wasn't that connected with moderators. I just thought like, well, I'm friends with Jar, so I can just ask him for an art roll. I tried to ask him, hey, is there a way that I can get a, art roll by anything? Like, do I have to draw you with anything? He didn't ask my age. He made a joke by saying, oh yeah, you can just draw my OC, raping Jaden animations, and I will give you the art roll. Everyone started freaking out. Do you not know how old she is? And like everybody was just talking over each other, and Jar's like, okay, wait, hold on. How old are you, real quick? Like, I'm 17. He then backtracked by saying, oh shit, I'm really sorry, I didn't know you're 17, but he's like, can you at least draw Jaden animations, lifting up her shirt, and like showing her undies to me, and I can give you the art roll. And I'm like, he then sends me a link of Jaden animation porn.
Yeah, so Jar knew she was 17. She points to a fucking college-level essay she sent him once as evidence. Even if we ignore the fact that he's dyslexic, it's like, who the fuck's reading that, dude? Apparently there are witnesses that can testify that he knew her age. I don't really give too much of a shit, to be honest. But hey, at least we've got conclusive evidence to prove the Just a Brapper allegations. Soon enough, Lio Convoy got involved. Now, if you don't know who that guy is, here's a summary.
So you were drawing your little doodles and decided not to tell somebody you were supposed to have a meeting with that you would not be there. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes.
Do I need to explain how embarrassing that is?
Nigga, you're 40 years old playing with dolls. What is your fucking point, bro? You're pushing 40, no kids. You're playing with fucking dolls all day. This girl's autistic. At least she has that excuse. What are you fucking talking about?
He called up Jar and they had a lovely 1 hour long conversation about nothing. Fucking nothing. Legitimately nothing.
You said in there that there's no way Cinny could have groomed Inno because Cinny is a straight woman attracted to men and Inno's a girl. My grandfather was straight too, Jar. Didn't stop him. Didn't stop him with me. Didn't stop him with my uncles.
He then went on a live stream where he leaked the entire call between Cinny and Jar, and I have to say it's pretty eye-opening.
So I'm at the pool, just relaxing. 16-year-old girl shows up in her bikini. I realize I have to get the fuck out of there right now because like I'm not going to be paying attention. I'm going to daydream. I'm going to look in her general direction, and then suddenly a situation is going to happen. So I realize, like, whenever I see a 16-year-old girl in a bikini while I'm at the pool, I'm like, well, time to go home.
Even if Homelander was fisting me, I wouldn't admit to this. What the fuck? His robo-rape inhibitors get overridden as soon as a 16-year-old's like 5 meters away from him. Kids are his fucking kryptonite.
Listen, I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to force
I'll say what it is as long as it's like not going to make you uncomfortable. Just like I said in the chat that like I can't masturbate. and I don't want that.
If this guy's autism affected his legs, he would be in a fucking wheelchair. That's all I'll say. So Kumo's schizophrenia kicks in. He flags someone's video because they used his art in their thumbnail. This is something that had happened to him before. He uses that as an excuse. He refuses to talk to Quee-Man because Quee-Man sees right through him. Beckett even tells him off. Now, if you guys didn't know, this was Beckett's top guy. And this right here is why.
What?
What should I cut into me?
My name.
Beckett saw that and thought, yep, that's the one. That's the one. That's the guy I need fucking my wife. After getting the tamest form of criticism ever, Kumo goes, fuck it. Nukes his channel, gets in his car, runs over a class of children, kills a family of 4, carjacks a police car, and ends up killing himself in a head-on collision. But not before sending this lovely message. Cinny then made a grand return to her channel that lasted a total of 3 days. I could care less about any of it though, it's just her bitching about her cat being taken by this Elizabeth girl. Her and Birdie got 2 cats when they started roommating and they named them Stupid and what the fuck? SQKRP? Yeah, so, you know, like I said, if the cats get euthanized, I don't give a shit. After the nuclear fallout had cleared, people started digging into that fucking bird that I hate and her behaviors, and they found quite the goldmine. She was apparently interacting with a fan of hers who was 15 years old and was drawing suggestive art of their shit OCs. When confronted on this, she told them off in the gayest possible way. She then entered total tranny crash out mode. Draghi came back on Twitter, made a thread, some random made a video shitting on Birdie, and someone else re-uploaded a video Draghi made when the whole thing was like fresh and new. Then Draghi died again, so you know, like the first time and the second time, it's not really going to do anything. When it comes to Birdie, I expect an apology video to be dropping in at most 2 weeks, if not, hopefully, a shitty animation meme. Wait a second. Is that a goat? Postra? So what can we get from all this? Well, the animation meme community is essentially an insane asylum. Every single one of them are crazy downies, and it shows. They all say the same shit, they all think the same, even the less fortunate among them.
So basically, rape bad and fantasizing or having a fetish about rape is bad. Okay, cool. Why is it bad?
Somebody please give this guy a napkin. He's got an entire ecosystem clogging up his nostrils. Just one sneeze would cause a mass extinction event. It's always been filled to the brim with faggotry, and it's crazy to me how most of these commentary fucks are only hearing about it now. This shit's been festering for years, and every day there's a new pedophile. I also found these clips of Jar, and I couldn't put them anywhere in this video, so here you go.
Did he call someone it, or did he just say it? Why is it bad when only white people say it? If he was Asian, would it be okay? If he was black, I know it certainly would be okay. The only time I remember him saying it was when he said, say nigger. But even then, that was to make fun of a white girl. Oh, so your thumbnail maker is either a racist white person or a coon-ass nigger according to you.
The stick of happiness! Do you mean the joystick?
I can't believe they let that get past the censors. For those of you who don't get the joke, the joystick is a metaphor for penis. Advice I can give to people who are raped is don't take a shower after being raped, mainly because you'll wash off all the evidence.
You think he told Cinny that during the sleepy time calls? Now my main takeaway, I think that this guy is onto something. I mean, she dated a black guy, so like, it's just facts, you know? In closing, hashtag free the ferret. That is all.
My eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube, debunking SJWs and feminazis too. We criticize reactionists in hopes they get the boot. Just a robot marches on.